for tonight's game. And the tip goes to the four significant players for the Sky. And Rachel Banham going to shoulder a little bit more of the offensive load as she pours in the first bucket.
Well, why not? Rachel Banham has been hot, especially since Ariel Atkins has gone out.
Chicago comes in 12th place here in the league. Golden State flirting with the top 8. Remember, the top 8 make the playoffs, and they sit right at that 8th spot. They've won their last 2. The Sky looking to snap a 6-game losing skid. Second chance opportunity. Temi Fagbenle kicks it out. Set shot there for Veronica Burton, the Northwestern product, back and playing in Chicagoland. I know the whole Northwestern women's basketball team is actually going to be in attendance here tonight. Rachel Banham short. She's taken the first 2 shots. There's Kate Martin. Played her college ball at Iowa and is also an Illinois native. She always gets a big showing here when she comes to play in Chicago. Tosses it up. Carla Late was just on time, you could say, I guess, with that lay-in.
I was wondering how quickly you'd get in a late pun.
We showed you the starting lineups. The 15th different starting lineup for Golden State Valkyries. Facing off against Tyler Marsh, also in year number 1. The 2 head coaches, of course, if you follow the story, good friends and of course, co-coaches and assistant coaches on that Las Vegas staff under Becky Hammond. Won a couple of titles here together. Rachel Banham pulls up too strong. She's taken all 3 shots now.
I think she was a little more open than she anticipated coming off that ball screen.
Late penetrating, had the last bucket. Can't get it that time, looking to push it. The Sky looking to push a little bit of the pace. Kia Nurse in and out.
I like the pace right now by both teams. Golden State actually plays at the slowest pace in the league, but this is good rhythm for them right now. They look fresh.
In fact, Bentley will take the 3. You mentioned they will look for the 3s and how much they shoot it. Here's another look. And that time, Late drains it, all 5 points.
So they lead the league in 3-pointers attempted. And they're near the bottom in 3-point efficiency and accuracy, but they play the averages, Lisa. So even on a rough shooting night, they only need to hit 30% of those 3s to be effective.
And when you say play the averages, you're talking about, hey, we might miss a lot of 3s, but even if we make, you know, a handful, 7, 8, 9, 9 is what they average. That's even better. Obviously, a 3 is worth more than a 2, and that's the analytical reasoning in taking so many 3s.
Shooting 31% from the 3, which is what Golden State does, is better than shooting 48%, or the equivalent of shooting 48% from the 2.
Elizabeth Williams nearly got the pick off. The Sky open up 1 for 5. Here in this game, too strong. In fact, Bentley with an offensive rebound. Another chance here for the Valkyries, and knocks it home. Salon gets the bucket from the baseline, and Tyler to find ways to generate offense without their 1 and 2 scorer. Ariel Atkins, Angel Reese, both missing time here tonight again. Kate Martin, a little shoulder fake, baseline look. And some cold shooting out of the gates, really, for both of these teams.
Well, I expect it from Golden State, Lisa. They've had a tough stretch. This is their 3rd game in 4 days, including the back-to-back after playing at Washington last night, but I am a little surprised by Chicago's cold start.
Yeah, the Valkyries picked up the win against Washington last night, but arrived here in Chicago about 2:30 a.m. What's that mean? It means you get, you know, your hotel, maybe your head hits the pillow around 3 a.m., and then you got to reset for a game here tonight. Their first back-to-back of the season. In fact, Bentley just drills the baseline jumper. Against Chicago, she's one of the ones where you talked about different personnel changes. She played in Eurobasket, so she missed that first meeting back on June 27th.
And what she brings is, we've already seen it on the offensive glass, but her energy, her rim sprinting, the ability to shoot that face-up jumper.
Good finish by Elizabeth Williams. Good feed by Rachel Banham. You know, no Tiffany Hayes out with a leg injury, no Xander Lassini out with a foot injury, no Billings or Thornton out with an ankle and knee surgery, as Valkyries fans are familiar with. They've built a 12-6 advantage. There's Veronica Burton, the defensive pest, forcing a turnover, and the foul to Rachel Banham, her first.
It's early in this game, but right now Golden State is the team that looks like they're playing with more energy, more bounce, more rest.
And how much does that surprise you? When you look at Angel Reese, 17 double-doubles in 23 games played, 11 straight, and she did play in the last game against Washington.
Chicago misses Angel Reese when she's not on the floor, and it's not just because of her double-doubles, but it's because of the pressure that she takes off other players. For example, Camila Cardoso really benefits from playing alongside Angel Reese.
Rupert has entered the game for the first time for Golden State. Started in the last game for the first time. In her 5th game, signed a rest of the season contract for Golden State back on July 17th because of the injuries with the Valkyries. Kia Nurse for 2. Another three-pointer on the way. So far, Golden State has attempted 6 threes. They've made a couple.
And some of their misses have been off, have been way off.
Almost same spot, same result for Kia Nurse.
And that's not going to deter Golden State. They can come down and they can shoot a couple air balls or some bad misses 3, and they will come down and still take the same shot the very next possession.
You talked about the second worst three-point field goal percentage. They've taken the most shots, though, and average about 9.5 makes. Burton gets the bucket. Now Veronica Burton's first points. She had tied a season low with 2 points in that first meeting against the Sky as she pulls down the rebound. Coming off a double-double, though, for her. 10 points, 10 assists last night against Washington. An important win, head-to-head win against the Mystics. Here's Kate Martin, air ball.
And Kate Martin is saying that it was tipped. And she might be right. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because I'm not used to seeing Kate Martin just miss
that
everything.
poorly.
Right.
Yep, it'll be Valkyries basketball from the baseline of bounds. Michaela Onyenwere was one of the ones that was kind of questionable with an injury, but she is available. Haley Van Lith is not, and we've already talked about Atkins and Reese on the Chicago side. Obviously, no Courtney Vandersloot as well, who's out for the season with a knee injury. Kate Martin, the scrappiness, and that is one thing that stood out to you. This team, Golden State, they're scrappy. They like playing defense. They like getting on the floor. They like the blue-collar work, and they've been consistent with that all season long.
You know who they play like, who they remind me of, Lisa? Their head coach. I coached against Natalie when she was a point guard, a scrappy, tough, gritty point guard at UCLA back in the early 2000s when I was coaching at the University of Washington. And this is exactly, I'm prepping for this game. I'm watching these players, and I said, oh my gosh, they're the fighting Natalie Nakase. That's exactly who they remind me of.
And she said, credit to our front office, too, for drafting the players, getting the players who play like that. Kate Martin is one of them, takes the contact, but an offensive foul call against Martin. It'll be her first.
It's really good defensive play by Michaela Onyenwere, and that's what she brings to this Sky team. She was out for a couple games with a knee injury, and Chicago really missed her presence. She's a two-way player. She's not afraid to take it.
Victory is calling, it's in our bones. It's in our bones.
Because of the injury from the
Sweat is dripping, breath is fire. Push the limit, climb up higher. Every step builds our empire. We charge, we chase, we're here to claim. We're the thunder, we're the flame. Game on, let's take it home. We fight together, we're not alone. Game on, heart is on. Victory is calling, it's in our bones. It's in our bones.
here tonight. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Uzun thinks about it, gives it up to Kia Nurse. Triple.
You have to be confident. You have to take it. It's the way they play.
Rachel Banham, good post touch. And Cardoso kicks it out. Uzun left open for a wide open three-pointer. Empty possession there for the Sky. There's a couple of different lead changes. One tie there in the first quarter. These two teams played a tight one back on June 27th. And a foul to Uzun, her first. And Veronica Burton will step to the free throw line. It was called a defensive 3-second call maybe on Uzun. And no personal foul call there. Rupert and Burton always looking for the next player. The deflection still gives it back to Golden State with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Kate Martin for three.
I like that matchup, Beck Allen versus Kate Martin. I like Rebecca Allen's length versus Kate Martin's three-point shooting.
There's Maddie Westbeld. She'll tally some minutes and some time here tonight, and she looks like an old savvy vet with that move.
She's really had to adjust to the physicality of the game as a four. In my opinion, I think point guard and the four spot in the WNBA are the two hardest positions to play.
Her first two baskets against the Indiana Fever in the United Center, the moves that she made had me kind of do a double take and a jaw drop. They were really, really impressive, especially for a rookie.
I mean, she only made 2 baskets, but both of them were like, watch all the rookies in this league, across the league, just really mature as the season has gone on.
Westbeld, though, commits her first personal. Here's Burton with 6 seconds here to work with. Gets Westbeld in the air. Back to Martin with 2 seconds. Kate Martin's forced to put it up. Barely graces the rim.
Again, it's that length of Beck Allen against Kate Martin.
Rachel Banham can't give her that space. She'll get you from three-point territory. And a timeout by Golden State. 2 minutes we've played here in this. Well, June 27th won that one 83-78. We got another close one here tonight. Kalia Butler on the sideline for us. And coming out of this timeout. Both players missing significant players here tonight as Burton draws the foul on the penetration. And it'll go against Rachel Banham. On the third team foul, second personal. Well, you see, significant losses. Monique Billings, as well as Tiffany Hayes. Tiffany Hayes out with a left leg injury. She missed part of the game last night against Washington. She's sitting out here tonight. Monique Billings, it came out and it was announced today she's got a right ankle injury. So the Valkyries picked up Kyla Charles out of, who was waived from Dallas. So both teams having to make some late 7-day contract moves and some rest of the year contract moves.
Well, it's unfortunate, but I love what Veronica Burton said to Kalia in her interview is no excuses. Like, it's unfortunate. Both teams are missing key players, but no excuses. And these head coaches wouldn't have it any other way.
Looking for a high-low post-entry pass, but it's off of Westbeld last, so it'll be Valkyries basketball.
And you saw Golden State go to their zone, and you're going to see that a lot with Golden State. They do a lot of different things defensively. They make it really challenging for teams to get the ball inside. That's why they're excellent at defending the paint.
4 turnovers for Chicago. That's been their Achilles heel all season long. Opponents will average about 20 points off those turnovers this season. It's the worst in the league. Salon drawing the foul against Westbeld, so now the rookie's got 2 against her.
It's just a nice, crafty move by Janelle Salon. You want to talk about rookies in this league. She's definitely a candidate for an all-rookie team. She's having an all-rookie type season.
It's her first time playing against this guy. She also missed that first meeting playing in Eurobasket with the French national team. But she's 4th among rookies in scoring this year. She's 5th among rookies in rebounding. I remember you were really impressed the first couple of games when you watched her play.
You can just, I mean, you look at her, and you're right. This was back in May, early in the season, and I said she is a player, and she's overshadowed by the outstanding rookies in Washington and, of course, Paige Beckers, but she is a great young talent.
Knocks home those free throws. Valkyries perfect from the free throw line here tonight. Perfect 7 for 7. They're top 4 in free throw percentage in the league as a team. 5 seconds here to shoot. Beck Allen pulls the trigger, not there. And Cardoso comes up with it, tries to muscle her way in, gets her own miss. Look at the numbers around Cardoso, and it leaves open, and Allen, who drills the three-pointer.
That was textbook offense for Chicago Sky against the zone by Golden State. They got the zone to shift by moving the ball around, but they found a way to go inside and kicked out to an open shooter.
It's Chicago's 3rd three-pointer. It's Allen's first points here tonight. Rupert driving up against Cardoso and lays it in at 6'4" against 6'7".
Liliana Rupert is incredibly skilled, especially for her size.
Against Washington, she had 9 of her 11 points in the first quarter, had a really good start. Allen in and out. That's Rupert for 3.
That's going to be a problem for Camila Cardoso if she wants to just hang out in the paint. You can't do that against Ileana Rupert. She's not a typical center. She's going to guard Camila on defense, but offensively, think Steph Dolson. She likes to shoot threes.
Rachel Banham doing a good job drawing the shooting foul.
She's going to have to leave the paint if she's defending Rupert. Rupert is an efficient three-point shooter.
These are the first free throws for the Sky here tonight as Rupert takes a seat. What do you have to prepare for defensively if you're the Sky trying to attack this defense by Golden State? What are you going to see here tonight?
You're going to see Chicago really try to spread Golden State out. And if you can hit a few threes, if you can get their defense shifting, then that's going to open up driving lanes to be able to get inside and penetrate the paint.
Oh, the fadeaway is good for Salon.
You're going to see this rookie score in a myriad of ways tonight, Lisa. We already have.
Well, part of that French national team that won a silver medal last year's Olympics. Playing against Team USA. Banham short. Veronica Burton against Rachel Banham. Cross-court pass. Kyla Charles, her first shot as a Valkyries member. I mentioned that she just signed today for a 7-day hardship contract after the announcement of Monique Billings being out for some time. And count it, body bucket and 1 for Cardoso. And let's bring in Kalia Butler.
More desperation in these games. She says she's trying to be more aggressive, especially with the absence of Angel, and just finding her spaces and going ahead and
is to produce some scoring. Finger roll finish there by Burton.
But for both of these teams, Lisa, it's not just the fact that they're missing players. It's who they're missing. For Golden State, you're missing the only all-star in franchise history. And who also happens to have a championship ring.
Yeah, and Kayla Thornton, won the championship last year with Liberty.
So it's their leading scorer, their leading rebounder, and a champion, their leader on the floor and in the locker room. And then for Chicago, you're missing Ariel Atkins, another world champion. When she was with Washington, she's an Olympian. You're missing Angel Reese, their leading scorer, your leading rebounder. So it's the caliber of the players. It's who's missing for both of these squads.
Natalie Nakase had talked about 9 strong, 9 capable people dressing here tonight. And Tyler Marsh, you have a name for the Chicago Sky, right?
Well, if Golden State's going to be 9 strong tonight, then Chicago has to be 8 tough because they only have 8 players available.
No Haley Van Lith, no Angel Reese, no Ariel Atkins, and of course no Courtney Vandersloot. Backdoor cut. Boy, Chen. She's got an arm on her. And 3 turnovers here for Golden State.
Caitlin Chen played so well in game 1 against Chicago. She played 25 minutes. She had 10 points, a big and 1 basket that just really got the crowd into the game.
And both those minutes and points scored, career highs for her. Uzun, no look. They filtered it out to Nurse, who fills it up from 3. Gives Chicago the 1-point lead. A penetrating baseline take is good.
Another one of my favorite rookies.
7 points here tonight. Carla Late averages about 7, so she's right at her average here in the first half. Uzun gets creative. You can see her creativity in the last couple of possessions. And draws the foul on Late.
Playing with a lot more poise and patience than they have of late.
Benley, the kick out in the corner, look, rattles it around. And Kyla Charles has her first points as a Golden State Valkyries member.
Natalie Nakase was excited about acquiring Kyla Charles. Obviously not excited about why they had to pick her up, but she's a really good player, was with Dallas earlier this season, 3-point capable. And she's a Maryland product, so you know she comes in with a good work ethic and a high IQ.
Nakase said great presence and calm off the glass. Talk about great presence and calm. That sums up Elizabeth Williams as well. Largest lead has been 6 for the Valkyries and 3 for the Sky. That's how close this has been. And a foul on Uzun. It's her first. And the 5th team foul, so free throws coming here for Golden State. And a coach's challenge here by Tyler Marsh on the Late makes good on the second. Seconds from game to shot clock.
And Chicago losing that challenge being unsuccessful, that might come back to haunt them because it looks like this is going to be another close game like they had in game one.
Especially with a really, really close game. But after seeing the replay, I don't mind Tyler Marsh taking a chance in that situation.
Tyler Marsh does not usually use his challenge this early unless he is certain of the call.
The Sky now 5 of 9 from the free throw line compared to the Valkyries, perfect 9 for 9 from the free throw line.
When you're on the road and you're trying to find ways to generate points, you have to make your free throws.
Tied at 37. About a second differential between game and shot clock. Here's Chen. Working off the screen, Chen penetrating. Nowhere to go, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Not there for Salon. And that's the final shot of the half. 13 late. Well, the rebound tally is equal across the board. 18 rebounds to 18 rebounds in the first half. The Valkyries, in terms of rebounds per game, the second best in the league. And we know the Chicago Sky, especially with Angel Reese, is one of the best offensive rebounding teams here in the league.
Well, the Valkyries actually jumped out on the glass against Chicago to start this game. That was part of that 8-0 run that they had in the first quarter. They were up by as much as 4 on the glass, and Chicago has fought back in that area.
I always say that rebounding is not the sexiest stat to talk about, but it can win you some ball games for sure. Valkyries moving it around, 6 seconds here to work with. Fagbenle, the spin move, Cardoso with the block. Elizabeth Williams chasing down her own miss. And a heads-up play off the knee of Kate Martin.
Camila Cardoso has gotten in.
Cardoso's first block. 3 different players have at least 1 block here tonight for the Chicago Sky. Just 1 block for the Valkyries. Bantam with 1 second launches hit, partially blocked by Burton. And a shot clock violation. We've talked about turnovers. Chicago's done a good job taking care of the basketball in the first half, but they average 17 turnovers per game. That's the most in the league. It results in 20 points off those turnovers, also the most in the league. Our 5 turnovers here so far tonight for the Sky. 7 seconds, here's Martin. Trying to spin out of traffic. Carla Lane steps behind the three-pointer, high arcing shot off the front of the rim. Williams doesn't waste any time, knew exactly what she wanted to do with it.
Camila Cardoso allowed Elizabeth Williams the lane to drive for that left-hand finish because she was occupying her defender on the other end, on the other side.
9 points for what they call E-Will here in Chicago. Fagbenle in and out. Kia Nurse, no shot. And a foul there on the floor against Kate Martin. Her second personal. Michael Price, the crew chief.
Earlier, how poised and patient Chicago looked on offense. And I think that has to do in large part why Chicago only has 5 turnovers so far in this game.
I heard Kalia's report about, Tyler Marsh saying they're playing to their pace, not necessarily to the defense of Golden State. I thought that was interesting. Sky with a 2-point edge, looking to snap a 6-game losing skid here tonight. Rachel Bantam can't get the 3-point attempt. Well, she's 1 for 5 here tonight. Martin sizes it up. Got a whistle away from the basketball. And objects being thrown onto the court. And the officials take care of it quickly. So this guy will take it out from the sideline. Thomas Burton mentioned that the whole Northwestern women's basketball team is here to watch Veronica Burton play back in Chicago here tonight. Kate Martin up fake. And off the leg of the Sky. So Valkyries will have 14 seconds with the reset to work with.
You think Veronica Burton put them on her pass list, or did she make them actually buy tickets?
I don't know. Got to check with Joe McEwen, the head coach, and see. Saw Tangela Smith, one of his assistants earlier.
Former Iowa great.
That's right. Kate Martin for three with a hand in her face, no problem.
And Kia Nurse knew that she messed up on that defensive assignment. You cannot go under a ball screen against any of these players, but especially Kate Martin.
Her first points here tonight. Martin getting the start. The 15th different starting lineup for the Valkyries. That's a tough shot for Elizabeth Williams.
Veronica Burton was doing everything she could. She got involved in a cross match, and so she ended up on Elizabeth Williams, and credit to Chicago for recognizing it early.
And the offensive foul against Janelle.
But she's also 5'9".
Elizabeth Williams, the first in double figures. I mentioned at halftime, no player in the first half on either team had been in double figures. You know, significant losses on both sides. 8 total players missing that would get some normal playing time. And E-Will can't get it that time. Martin bringing it across. That's a three-pointer on the way. Catch and shoot. Kia Nurse knocks it down. Largest lead of the game for Chicago at +4.
You have to wonder at some point, will fatigue kick in for Golden State?
They played last night in Washington, won that game 68-67. What a shot by the rookie Salon.
That was a tough basket. She went through 2 defenders and finished through the contact.
She's got 9 points. Her third bucket of the night. A beautiful one. Rachel Banham pours it in. A Banham buster and 10 points for Rachel Banham.
Even that possession, Lisa, Chicago just looked so poised, not rushed, not sped up by this Golden State defense.
Salon with the kick out. Burton with the three-pointer. Well, she's worked to develop that part of her game as well. Veronica Burton has tripled her scoring average from any other season. There's the lay-in from late. Boy, she likes to drive and penetrate. Now late in double figures, the first on the Valkyries side. She's got 11. And Elizabeth Williams tosses it up. There's a foul on the floor. Bentley's second personal. We'll take a timeout. These post players for the Sky at the start of the third quarter getting a lot of work in.
We just highlighted Elizabeth Williams on that nice left-hand take to the rim and followed up by Camila Cardoso's back to the basket bucket. And that has really embodied what Chicago has done in this third quarter so far, Lisa. They've already attempted 7 shots in the paint in the third quarter.
An attempted rebound off the hands of Rachel Banham last. Elizabeth Williams checks out. Rebecca.
You see your bigs working down low, get out of there and look for the kick out. Westbeld has said that she is waiting for her game to present itself and just bring all of her to the table. She's really focused on the little things and going the hardest on the floor and showcasing why she's here.
I don't want Maddie Westbeld to wait for her game to present itself. I want Maddie Westbeld to be aggressive. I think the advantage goes to the aggressor at this level, and we've seen Maddie Westbeld be at her best when she is aggressively seeking her shots.
A carrying call, so a turnover for the Valkyries. And their 5th turnover here tonight. Haley Van Lith, Ariel Atkins, Angel Reese, and Courtney Vandersloot on the Sky side. So Maddie Westbeld, a rookie who averages about 11 minutes per game. She's playing in her 15th game of the season. Getting some valuable playing time again here tonight. Rachel Banham with 6 on the shot clock. Pours it in from 15 feet out.
That possession has really epitomized Chicago's poise on the offensive end. Golden State tried to speed Chicago up. They blitzed the ball handler.
And it'll be Sky basketball. Tumbling to the turf. There goes Kate Martin for another turnover. 6 turnovers for Valkyries.
Possession by blitzing them.
And an offensive foul call against Rachel Banham. That's number 3 on Banham.
You don't typically see guards needed.
Well, Banham will take a seat. She's actually the game's leading scorer with her 12 points. The Sky outscoring Golden State 14-7 this quarter. Here's Kyla Charles, and the latest signee for the Valkyries. You can see why Golden State's excited about her. She's got 4 points off the bench.
She's doing exactly what you should be doing when you come in on a hardship contract. She's got a high motor, and she's being aggressive, and she's not waiting for the game to come to her.
Check that, she's got 5 points off the bench. Include that 3-pointer that she hit in the first half. Kia Nurse well off the mark. And Chicago just shooting 6 of 17 from 3 here tonight. And the Valkyries not better.
Never play to the scoreboard. They never play to the stats. They have a standard of how hard they play.
Uzun picks the pocket, feeds on Onyenwere, partially blocked by Late. Here's a chance for Golden State. Inside 2 minutes, Uzun. It's a shot by Late. Boy, Uzun, who comes back to get the ball here for the Sky. She has made herself a presence. Her first game, her debut with the Sky at the point guard spot coming off the bench. Oh, count it! Cardoso, another and one tonight. The 3-point play. And she's got 10 points. 4 of the 5 starters now for the Sky in double figures. Carla Late is the only one at double figures for the Valkyries here so far. Charles, kick out, high pass that Salon's able to handle, and a big 3-pointer for Golden State.
That was a vet move. She utilized the pass fake to freeze the defense and get herself open for that nice 3.
Uzun calling for some reinforcements, gets the screen, leaves it short. Chen in and out. And Cardoso, a couple of rebounds off of another double-double. She's got 8 rebounds here tonight, 10 points. Cardoso with 4 straight double-doubles coming into tonight, but the Sky cough it up. Salon off to the races against Onyenwere, who challenges her, makes it tough, but Salon, looky what I found. And you can't be the first to touch the ball in that situation. Salon went out of bounds and retrieved the ball off the miss. Some empty possessions here for the Sky. Let's see if Golden State can try to take advantage. Final few seconds of the third quarter. Look at Burton looking to cross over. Beck Allen frees herself up off the triple. That is the transformation of Veronica Burton as a pro.
Intentional about defending the 3, Lisa, because no lead is safe when you shoot the 3 as proficiently as Golden State does.
Uzun, what a move. Spinning right, spinning left, and pouring it in. on July 28th for the rest of the season contract because of the injuries by the Sky. In and out there for Burton. Thought she had herself an and one.
Aside from the physicality, as rookies, you struggle with, because she's not a rookie. So she has that type of offensive acumen, but Maddie Westbeld is really struggling on the defensive end guarding the ball.
Ozuna played 7 games with Phoenix this year before getting waived at the beginning of June. She played 40 games with Dallas last year. By the way, 4 personal fouls against Westbeld as she commits the team's first foul here at the quarter. We played 1 minute in the 4th. 16 lead changes, 7 ties in the second meeting between these two franchises. Onyenwere, didn't have the angle to try to get that. Here's Kyla Charles, the Valkyries' latest pickup as of today. She's got 5 points off the bench. Chen, quick pass to a Cunningham here, who loses it, and a turnover for Golden State. 8 turnovers.
Chicago was excellent in that defensive possession of helping one another, of switching out, of holding their spot, holding the roller. This is really good connection defensively by Chicago.
Rachel Panam, tied for the game's leading lead, gives it up to Uzun. Westbeld with 7 seconds. Here's Banham. She's got range from there, gives it up. Back Allen is waiting, catch and shoot, fire, can't hit. And Charles running into traffic. Burton resettles. Adeline DeCasse talking about Veronica Burton, says in scouting film, she's always the one asking questions. She's the coach on the floor and regulating traffic. Crossover move left everyone in her dust. Burton with 14. Played 15 minutes. I expect maybe 18 to 20 in an offensive foul call.
Again, setting up her but an offensive foul call against E. Will, so they wipe away the basket. And this is what's happening. It's just that he's serving nothing right now. Exactly what Golden State wants right now is that they have not been as good on the road as they are at home. Raw is a tough place to play. But they win on the road on this
against Uzun. Her third. We've played 4 minutes. We've got my team, though, to start fourth quarter.
Start the fourth quarter, Chicago looks sped up. They're taking quick shots. They're turning the ball over again. In fact, the last 2 turnovers have resulted in 5 points for Golden State. And I'm going to give all the credit to Golden State's defense. This is what Golden State has done all season long. They're a top 5 defensive rated team in this league.
Well, the 9 turnovers dead even between these two teams, but 9 turnovers well below the 17 turnover per game average that the Sky is averaging this year. Rachel Banham probing, tosses it up on the floater. Elizabeth Williams pursuing. We got a foul there on the floor. Michael Price calling it.
This is where Chicago really misses Angel Reese. Chicago only has 4 offensive rebounds in this game, 3 second chance points.
You look at Ariel Atkins and Angel Reese, the top 2 scorers for the Sky, and Chicago, you know, trying to find a way, as is Golden State. No Kayla Thornton, Monique Billings, Tiffany Hayes, or Xander Lassini tonight for Golden State. Foul to Chen, by the way, to stop play. Here's Kia Nurse with 1 second. Someone's got to put it up. Uzun's not going to be able to do it, and it's a shot clock violation and turnover number 10 for Tyler Marsh in the Sky.
It's the length and the pressure and the suffocating perimeter defense of Golden State. But they're very comfortable right now in this situation. As long as Golden State could keep this game close towards the end, then they had to have this sense of confidence, Lisa. This is how they've won their last 2 games. Both have come on the road against Atlanta and Washington.
Burton with a tough attempt. It'll stay here as Camila Cardoso checks back in for the Sky.
Camila has been splendid tonight for Chicago. 30 minutes on the cusp of another double-double.
From up top, Rupert, my goodness, she's got 3 threes tonight.
And Camila has had some outstanding defensive possessions tonight, but she's really struggled when she's had to step out and guard Rupert behind the arc.
You know, rising to the challenge. Ileana Rupert is 3 of 4 from 3. And keep in mind, to put it in perspective, 8 of 16 from 3-point territory coming into tonight for the season.
That's what she does. Most recently, she was at the Eurobasket tournament where her player efficiency rating was 3rd. She shot 50% from the 3 in that tournament.
You know, she's in game number 5 here for Golden State. Got her first start last night. There's Rachel Banham.
Chicago forced that switch on the ball screen, and then Rachel Banham just had Rupert on skates going backwards.
Salon turns and faces, leaves it short. Banham looks it off. Cardoso finishes it off. The Sky come charging. Valkyries calls a timeout. You can see it there, you know, unfazed walking into this kind of situation for Golden State. Burton, that crossover has been cooking. Looking for the foul call, she won't get it. Inside 4 minutes left to play. And a foul to Kate Martin.
Well, Veronica Burton missed that layup because of the length of Beck Allen coming over from help side. But I like Chicago pushing the pace right now because the clock is not their friend right now. And Chicago needs to be aggressive, try and get some easy buckets or even some free throw attempts.
3 personal fouls to Martin, 14 fouls for the Valkyries here in the quarter. So the next one will put the Sky in the bonus. Kia Nurse, air ball. It'll stay here. 5 seconds to work with.
Kia Nurse came off that ball screen and didn't know if she was going to pass it to the roller or shoot it herself.
The Sky themselves have done a good job sharing the basketball, too. We'll see what they do out of the out-of-bounds. 20 assists, 6 to Bantam, who's taken it out, 7 to Nurse. This time it's Bantam to Nurse, who drives 2 seconds off the glass. Cardoso offensive rebound. She can't get it. Elizabeth Williams, 3 chances. 3rd time's the charm for E-Will.
That's Chicago Sky basketball. They're one of the best teams in the league in offensive rebounding percentage. They average 11 second chance points a game.
Cuts the lead to 2. Here's Burton. Rupert has been fantastic. Oh, on a heater. 4 3-point makes. And a new career high for Rupert in a very small sample size of games in her WNBA career. Elizabeth Williams' putback is good.
I would go right back to the horn set if I were Golden State until Chicago proves that they can stop Rupert from the pick and pop.
Rupert hands it off. She's got a career-high 3-point makes, a career-high 14 points now. In just her 5th game this year. Sky force a turnover. Bantam, Cardoso cuts it to 1. Timeout, Golden State.
Burton put on the burners to the rim. Burton burners.
Burton burners, say that 5 times fast. They're going to count the bucket. And 1 for Salon.
And I thought that was an offensive foul. I thought Salon let...
In 2 minutes and 13 left to play. A crucial miss. It's the first free throw miss for Golden State tonight. They were 11 for 11 from the free throw line before that miss. Bantam to Cardoso. Quick hands. That's the tenacious defense by Golden State. And a jump ball coming.
Looks like Camila is shook up a little bit. She's holding her hand.
That's the last thing Chicago needs. No Haley Van Lith. No Angel Reese. That's her shooting hand, too, her right hand. Here's Elizabeth Williams jumping it up against Rupert. Sky win it. 5 seconds here to work with. Rachel Bantam's got a hustle. Penetrates off the glass, in and out. Ball is loose into the hands of the Valkyries. A tight one if you're just joining us. 17 lead changes, 8 ties in the second meeting between the Valkyries and the Sky here from Chicago. Salon backs it down, misses. And a heads-up play by Cardoso just to hold off any challenger to get the rebound.
Whenever Chicago has needed a good defensive play, they've turned to Rebecca Allen. She's done a great job of using her length to block shots, be in help position, deflect, and contest.
Where do you go here if you're the Sky?
I'd go inside to Camila if she can handle the ball.
Hands off with 8 seconds. Rachel Bantam for the tie. Not there. "60 seconds to play before this one is complete. Valkyries looking to protect a 3-point advantage. Burton with the crossover, the block by Peck Allen. Stonewalled her. Here comes Nurse. Bounce pass. Elizabeth Williams can't handle it. And one of the more crucial turnovers, the 11th turnover for the Sky, could make the difference. Rachel Bantam foul, stops the clock with 34.6 left.
That's an unfortunate break for Chicago. I think everyone in Wintrust Arena thought Kia Nurse was going to go up with her right hand and shoot that layup, including Elizabeth Williams.
And Veronica Burton makes good on the first.
Veronica Burton shoots 87% from the free throw.
And Valkyries as a team, 13 of 14 from the free throw line. She's been floating the perimeter, but she comes over, cuts across the lane, touches it there, looks for Beck Allen. 30 seconds before this one is complete. Here's Rachel Panum, spins back the other way, fires, not there. A crucial miss. Cardoso gets it back to Allen. She can't get it from 3. And Burton comes down with it. And that about seals it here for the Valkyries with 16 seconds left to play.
Season, she is still an outstanding defensive player.
Let's pause for a word from State Farm. To toe against his former assistant from the Vegas Aces, Natalie Nakase. Rachel Panum, another turnover. 12 turnovers in the game for the Sky. And Golden State locks up meeting number 2 against Chicago.